海賊王になる男だ。
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track, and we're wrapping it back, and we are back with Trash Sit Down episode 181. Yes, sir.
Hey.
I am here with the gang as usual. You feel me? We got that boy Mr. G in the building. How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's good, everybody? Shout out to my team. We won our first round of playoffs for volleyball,
Nice.
and my wife for picking out this cute little Gear 5 pillow for me.
Nice.
Cute.
Fire.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, shout out to them. And then also my vice captain Hannah, get well wishes. She is out for the season, but you know, we'll do our thing on Tuesday in semifinals. So yeah.
Okay, hopefully she's okay. She feels better.
Yeah, definitely doing better, but yeah.
Okay. Sure, am I in the building? What's going on? You know, I feel bad. I feel bad like switching to the next name after that. Like,
He just gave me nothing more.
He dropped the bomb on me. Like, damn.
I know. I remember. I remembered after the fact, and I was like, "Damn!" Like, cause we were on a high, right? Cause we just won, and then like that same night, she hits us up like, "Oh, I'm in the hospital. But I'm doing better now. But I'm out for the season." So I was like, "All right, well."
Okay, yeah.
At least you're okay.
Yeah,
well,
hopefully she gets better for sure.
Yeah.
Sure, am I in the building? What's going on, brother?
What's good? Shout outs to my boy Alec. You guys also know him as Hambone. You know, he finally did his wedding vows yesterday.
Nice.
/ wedding reception.
Yes,
it was a great event. Friends came out, family and stuff like that. It was pretty dope. And he's the happiest he's ever been. So shout out to the Mr. and Mrs. Hammond, and may many blessings come to you guys in the future.
100%.
And also, he also is having a daughter.
Wow.
So congratulations to him. The gender reveal happened yesterday. The wife kept it from him. So it was dope. So they had the gender reveal right there. Yeah. So I'm very happy for him.
That's very sweet.
Yeah. Other than that, this chapter, it was pretty good. It ain't like, it wasn't like the peak fiction that we were having all these weeks, but it was still pretty good. So I can't wait to get into it,
Yeah, we definitely got some stuff to talk about. Quick side note, I always thought his tag, I've known him for a few years. That was the old DBFZ training partner, homie. He's cool peoples. I always thought his tag was Hambone. Am I dyslexic?
That's what he was saying. Yeah, Hambone, but his last name is
Hambone. So he added the B. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just shut up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, so I'm right?
You are right. No,
okay.
That
okay.
interpretation.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
that's
so
right.
I'm not gonna shut up. Let's go.
I thought he said Hambone wrong when he said Mr. and Mrs. And I was like, nigga, sounded like he was saying JoJo Part 2, Hamon. Like I was.
Yeah, I was getting mixed. I'm not gonna lie.
It's his actual. It's his actual last name. His actual last name.
His whole life today. Okay.
It's like when White House is like, I was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "White House." I was like, "What?" No, it bugged me out one day.
Yeah, I'm not going to use. Yeah, I wouldn't use his stage name as to declare like Mr. and Mrs. His stage name. You know what I mean?
But use his real government name instead. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you got it right.
All right. Well, last but not least, we got Whitehouse.
That's my stage name.
Yeah,
what's going on, man? Congrats to Hambone. I hate 18, the character, but respects to you, man. But other than that, man, I've just been chilling. I finished Dungeon Crawler Carl 3. I'm like,
nice.
Go.
Nice.
So we'll have to talk about that at some point.
Yes, sir.
But other than that, I've just been chilling, watching Naruto, watching Pluribus, just trying to, find someone to fill the weeks in between One Piece, you know what I'm saying? But we're here today talking about 1166. I think it was a good chapter. I'm excited to talk about stuff. I think we're gonna have some great. I feel like a lot of the stuff we've been looking for is in this chapter in terms of character, development. So I'm excited, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, definitely some stuff to talk about.
I have actually one more shout out. My boy our boy Jake. He came from Delaware to play basketball with me on Friday. Him and his
Oh,
boy
hell yeah.
Sean. So that was a shout out to you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right. Let's get into the chapter then, right? Ain't too much else to speak on. Chapter was definitely cool. It wasn't a lot of development, but we did see some developments. We got some answers for some things. Overall, a lot of stuff to talk about. We got this cover story art before anything. It's cute little fall seasonal cover. I don't know what the hell they're eating. Is it yams?
I think so.
Beets or something? I don't
Beets?
know.
No,
I thought
they're
it was
yams.
beets. I thought it
Maybe
was
they're
sweet
beets.
potatoes.
Well, they're hot. They look hot. Like you cook beets?
They probably are baked sweet potatoes. Yeah, I'm tweaking.
Yeah, I mean, you see them cooking them in the background, like right there. Yamato looks like she's the one that's serving them, because she got the
Yeah. It's also a kind of a random assortment of characters, right? We got the first 4, the first 5, first 6 actually. This was everybody that was
Basta niggas plus Yamato.
Yeah, plus Yamato, and then Ninja Girl in the back whose name escapes me from Wano. The one that turned everything to mud.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm so
Damn,
sorry.
YS, I ain't gonna lie, you the one, bro. If you're not gonna get it, we're
I'm
cooked.
disappointed.
If you don't got it, we're cooked, bro. I was one letter there. Yeah, but it feels like a random assortment of characters. I don't know if
It is.
he's trying to tell us something. Probably not. It's just cover art. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm about to say, what could he be telling us through this?
Cute. I mean, this was all the characters that was this was all the characters that was in Elbap that touched on Elbap first, right?
The 4. Oh wait, no, the 5.
Chopper was
No,
there
you're right.
too?
No, you're right.
Yeah. Wait,
He was
wasn't
Chopper
he?
there? No, Chopper was with the with
Chopper wasn't on the ship. Chopper was with them.
He was?
I feel
I
like he
thought
was.
for sure it was just the East Blue 5.
Nah, I think Chopper was there. You know what? I'm 10 toes down. I'm putting my foot down. Chopper was there. 100%.
I don't think he was there.
I just checked.
Let's go.
I just checked. Chopper is indeed
you
there.
Feel me?
Oh, okay.
Damn, he said 10 toes
Okay.
down.
10 toes. You feel me?
Okay.
100.
It's because Mac, man.
It's cute cover art. It's definitely nothing to really look into on this. Let's get to the actual chapter.
I was expecting the Shonen Jump page that is not here, right? It wasn't on TCB and it wasn't on here, I guess. The one where they show Rox, Roger, and Garp. It's where we saw that Rox has blue and white hair. Eye emoji.
Oh well,
But
they it's not always like that, right? Normally, I mean, like
Yeah,
normally the
it's not
Shonen
always like
Jump
that.
cover, they'll have One Piece, or they'll be One Piece centric sometimes, but it doesn't necessarily translate to the cover of the chapter.
100%. I just think TCB usually adds it, but I haven't seen it yet in full.
Okay, but yeah, we definitely did get the official Rox color spread as well. Actually, I think it's on the page. I'll try. Maybe I'll put it up at the end of the chapter. There was some theories going around because of that. I don't know if y'all want to talk about them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Oh, hold on. I got you. If you just pull up Viz, just like the front page, it's nice and big. It's actually really nice. They show you Rox, Roger, and Garp with Luffy there.
Yo, Naruto's on this shit, yo.
Oh no!
Okay, there
That's
we
wild.
go. Okay.
Oh, maybe it wasn't a Shonen Jump cover. Okay, interesting.
No, it's just. I mean, it might have been on the cover of Shonen Jump, but does when you read the official one of Viz, does it normally show?
No. They
Shonen?
don't really have it.
Yeah, so you wouldn't really be able to see it regardless.
But yeah, anyway, blue-haired Rox, man. The buggy agenda lives another day.
Yeah.
I really wish this agenda would
I
die,
hate buggy.
bro.
I hate that shit, and I'm still, accepting it.
I'm not accepting it. I will not.
We're gonna
accept it.
we're gonna get another backstory, and Rock's really a bad dude. Yo, he got a side chick and everything. Yo, everything that we learned ruined.
The
Ruined.
side chick that she was
You're
around,
actually
bro.
right. That's why I don't. That's the only reason I don't believe it.
Unless Aris, right? His girl.
Yeah,
Unless Aris had another child afterwards.
Maybe she's pregnant right now.
She was pregnant and then left.
Could have been pregnant.
Maybe.
How old is
Yo, why am I
Luffy?
entertaining this? I don't even believe this shit. What are we talking about? Yo,
Hey,
this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm
myself,
not
bro.
entertaining this.
Yo, I'm not believing that shit until we see Rox and Buggy on the same page. Confirmation, or we see the little text box or whatever.
Anyway.
But yeah, all right, yeah. Let's get into the chapter, man. Chapter 1166, new stories. We start this chapter off with the three-way clash. Well, not really three-way clash, with the Roger Garp versus Rox fight coming to an end. We see Roger and Garp on the floor, defeated. Well, not defeated, but exhausted. I mean, I guess it's defeated.
Yeah.
They're not moving, so. But so is Rox, so everybody's defeated. We see Rox has also transformed. He is no longer in his... Yo, I was about to say Sulong. Oh my god, I need to wake up. He's no longer in his demonic Domi Reversi form.
Yeah.
And you see him even thinking, oh, wait a minute, has the curse worn off? Which is... I'm already noticing different from the TCB translation, which was like, did they break the curse? But I guess it's the same thing, but I guess the TCB is a little bit more direct.
Yeah, different implication.
Yeah, it's slightly different implication. We see Rox thinking, will I be able to leave this island alive? But just as he's thinking that, we see that he won't be leaving this island alive because these three shadowy figures come, and as the silhouettes fade, we see that it is the bitch-ass Holy Knights who are getting slaughtered the entire time. But whenever it's weak opponents or children, they just always seem to pop out for whatever reason. So we see Rox continuing his thought process. He's saying, nope, guess not. Roger, Garp, you better run. No reason to stick around and die with me. Oh, right, forgot to say I need one thing. I'm glad you stopped me. Thanks. And as he's thinking that, we see Figurling, raise his sword. What? It is, right? It's Garling? Yeah. It is. Yeah, we see Garling raise his sword and stab Roger as he says thanks. Do we think Roger's really dead?
Yes. Really confirms it in this chapter, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, so in the next page, we see Rayleigh and Gabon carrying Garp and Roger, and Garp asks where's Rox kind of haphazardly. He's starting to come back to his senses. Gabon says, you worried about the enemy? And Garp's like, you guys are my enemies too. And then Roger's like, what happened to Rox? And then Rayleigh is like, they killed him. So Rayleigh is confirming here that they killed him, but I don't know how much I believe that he's dead. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
I definitely think he's dead. Like it because first of all, I'm changing their name. They're no longer the Holy Knights or God's Knights. They're the Fraud Knights. Hey. They're the Fraud Knights. Like, you fucking bitch ass characters were getting mollywopped this whole time, and then y'all come trying to fake aura farm like y'all the shit, and then y'all kill a down Rox that was fucking y'all up the whole time. Like, bruh, Fraud Knights. Fraud Knights. Fraud, absolute Fraud Knights.
Disgusting.
And secondly, there's that much of frauds. There's so much of frauds that I do believe that they would kill him. Yeah. Right here. So, like, you know,
I think that Rox's lineage and his power and his body is a asset to Emu and the government, as we've seen when he got Domi Reversied. I think that if it was up to Figurling, he would kill him here. But I think that this also feels like an implied death. I mean, I don't know.
It is One Piece. I know why you have this concern.
I feel like this is almost implied because of the fade to black and then the confirmation from another character as opposed to us seeing it happen. Like I'm thinking of Odin. We see Odin, the bullet between his head, and we see his body melt into lava. You know what I'm saying? This is like a fade to black kind of. It's an implied death.
I see what you're saying. I will say, I do think he probably did stab him in the heart, like that is dead, but they kept the body for whatever reason. You know, he would be doing some crazy shit anyway. So I do think there is some credence to what you're getting to what you're getting at. You know.
I also feel like this is a little bit underwhelming, man. I'm not gonna lie. For how much we've grown to the character and how grandeur he's been throughout this entire flashback, I do feel like this is an underwhelming way for his journey
Demise.
to end. Yeah, for his demise. Yeah, it feels underwhelming to me.
I think in a lot of ways it's very intended though. Like his whole story, like no one even knows this guy exists, right? Like other than the people who knew him in real life, his whole like legend was sanitized. It's like put away. Even major pirates, even Marines don't know who he is, right? So you go and tell them all. And it kind of is a little bit of a point about, you know, the whole idea that Kaido had about how death completes a person. I think it's intended for him to kind of go out, not sad. It is sad, obviously. He kind of did not go out the way anyone wants to. I think it's intended. Yeah, a
like,
little bit.
That's entirely the point, that he doesn't get to go out like how he wants. Like Kaido, that his dream was to go out in a way that, you know, solidifies him among the goats or the greats. Notice how when Kaido was talking to either inner monologuing or talking to Luffy or whatever, who was, despite being a great figure, who was the figure that he was leaving out in that conversation? It was definitely Rocks.
No, Rocks is in there. Are you talking about when how high will your ceiling go?
No, he's talking about what like his examples of like big time good deaths, and I think like Whitebeard was his main example. But he likes talking about
Roger and Whitebeard
and Roger as well. If I recall, yeah.
Okay.
He left Rocks out of that intentionally, and I think that's to show like he did not die like how he, you know, was supposed to. And I think this is proof, like that right there reinforces this to me as like this is Rock's death. That, and on top of that, you got to also remember, even if they take his body, that could still mean he's dead, because here's the thing: if they wanted him alive, why stab him? He already can't move. He already can't move.
Cause they sadistic, bro. I don't know. Fuck. You know, but Garland's a bitch, bro.
He is a bitch, but I don't think he's
You know, you stab me, I'm gonna stab you back, bro. It's as simple as that.
He is. No, he's 100,000% a bitch, like 100 million%. But I'm saying it still doesn't make sense to stab him again. And, you know, give Oda. I don't feel like Oda would make this a red herring. I don't think he would like do this to fake, quote unquote, fake his death. I think what you said before though about him taking the body, I could see that, but I just think he's dead along with that. Like he could be dead and they do nothing with the body, or they just take the body for research or whatever. But he's dead. I think his conscience is gone. That body is no longer inhabitant of Rocks.
Yeah,
back.
I'm okay with admitting that he probably did die here, but I don't agree with. I can agree with what you guys are also saying about how thematically it would make sense that he didn't have the grandiose death that he preferred, but I think that the moment could have been more impactful than it was. These 2 pages where we get these little last thoughts from him. He's like, am I gonna live? Oh, nope. Oh, well, thanks, guys. Like, I feel like that's just very underwhelming from our perspective reading it. I feel like he could have said more, maybe had one last interaction, thought about his family or something. I don't know. I feel like the dialogue that he had here was just underwhelming to me.
I feel it.
I can feel that.
But yeah, if he's going to be like that. Maybe we'll see. I doubt. I really don't think this is the last time we see him in the story, though. Especially with Blackbeard still running around doing shit. Maybe not last time we see him, but last time he's mentioned in the story. Because even if he's done, he's done.
We have to understand. We have to understand how he fucking came to the conclusion to go to Emus. We're gonna see more of him for sure, and Eris is gonna talk about him, I think.
Yeah, and just to counter though, Callie, I do think he was thinking of his family. Because he was like, you know, I'm glad you stopped me, because if they hadn't stopped him, he would have killed his family. You know what I mean? He would have killed the rest of his legacy, like his lineage and everything like that, and all the people around.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting the characterization. I'm not doubting that he was thinking of his family. I'm doubting the dialogue. Like,
Okay, that's fair.
It's the dialogue that I have an issue
Yeah.
with. But it is what it is. Roger, Rayleigh and Gabon are taking Garp and Roger off the island, and the island is currently collapsing. We see radios from, I'm assuming, the Navy saying, "Don't let the pirates escape." Roger's ship is on the move, and it's open fire as the island looks like it's collapsing, sinking. Looks like it's destroyed. Is this the death of the Thriller Bark God's Valley rumors?
Definitely.
Because this island looks like it's in rubble right now.
Which I wonder how that happened. I'm curious.
Yeah, that doesn't look natural at all.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because maybe natural is not the right word, but it doesn't look like it can be caused from like a fight. It looks like they fucking detonate the middle of the island.
Yeah, it looks like it's collapsing in on itself, like it's sinking in the hole or something. Which would also beg the question as to how. I mean, I guess we're back to the original question, which is how the hell did Moria obtain any of these bodies if they were on the seafloor or sunken in rubble?
I think I definitely was like on the money a little bit of like I don't think they die here. I think a lot of them, like Ganzui, John, they die later because John is killed by his own crew apparently. I think that's what my proof of like they definitely go on to live greater lives. Like,
that makes sense. That makes sense. All right.
Also, I just have a question about Gabon and Rayleigh. Like, I'm surprised there wasn't a scene of them saving Rox and Roger and Garp from the Holy Knights, because I would assume the Holy Knights would want to kill these niggas.
Yes, that felt like a continuity error to me. I don't understand, because in the very first panel we see them. They're within arm's length of Rox, and the first thing we see is the Holy Knights pull up and stab Rox. So I would have assumed that they would have seen Garp and Roger. I would at least see a clash between Gabon and Rayleigh and the Holy Knights, or maybe we would see them sneak off Roger and Garp or something. But it does feel like a little bit of a continuity error, because there's no way that they just left Rox and Garp.
Yeah, and this translation where Rayleigh says they killed him makes me think he like saw it. So maybe like I guess like it just makes sense to me. Like I assume they grabbed him and ran.
You know what? It's coming. That's also why I was doubting Rox's death, because we don't even see the interaction between Rayleigh and the Holy Knights or Rox. So we're really just going off of his word that they said that they killed. That he said that they killed him. It feels fishy to me.
No, because you're right. Because at first I was thinking that like they saw the body of Rox and they're like, oh shit, yeah, he's dead. You know, like, but I don't think the Holy Knights would just leave Garp and Roger. You know,
1,000% no way.
Yeah, it feels weird. Definitely feels weird.
Yeah,
I just think Oda was like, yo, I gotta save panel time, because I think they just grabbed them and ran.
I was thinking like maybe Rayleigh and Gabon were there, saw what happened, and just timed it, and we're like, yeah, we're not trying to fight him. We just grab the two and go, because it's already too late to fucking get Rox, you know, and then they just bounce.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm like, I guess it's panel time. I guess
that's why they're on the run too. I mean, that's aside from everything falling apart too.
Yeah. So the island's collapsing. We get the narrator box, says absent from the pages of recorded history, like a curtain falling on the stage. The island crumbles upon itself and was shrouded in a deep, deep mist. This is a broad account of what happened in those mysterious, obscure God Valley incident. But after a brief moment of silence, a massive lightning bolt with countless branches split the sky. And with that, a number of new stories began. One of the funniest tweets I've seen over the weekend was Shank sleeping split the sky, which is absolutely hilarious. People are funny, man. This is the end of the God Valley incident, though. Do we want to talk about it anymore before we keep going, or I don't think there's too much else to say.
I think we could. I don't know.
I was just going to ask, has the God Valley incident lived up to y'all expectations?
I think so, for the most part. Yeah.
For the most part. You know what? It feels a lot like Wano. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels a lot like Wano.
The ending right now is a little flat.
Yeah, for me personally, it mostly lived up to the expectations. I think the ending was a little bit underwhelming.
That's how I feel with LeBron's career. So yeah,
Yeah.
you know that's what makes sense.
Yeah,
Jeez.
LeBron shot is crazy.
Yo.
Oh, dude, it's just so much drama now at year 23, 40 years old, bro. Like, come on, man.
Bro, One Piece,
All right,
One
don't,
Piece,
don't
One
get me
Piece.
started. But no,
Um,
I could see that, especially with this chapter. I think we all were expecting a little bit more,
I felt like this
especially
with the
with,
last chapter too. Like I also felt like their fight just was very abrupt. But you know, I've also come to realize that I've always known it, but I just have to sometimes I gotta remind myself that One Piece is really not a battle shonen. Like it's not drawn
how
out
do you think
fights
so?
and
Oh,
elaborate fights and set pieces and things like that.
No.
as much as
It
I
is a
agree,
battle shonen. It is. It just doesn't follow the same battle shonen formula all the time.
I don't
But
agree
it
at
is
all.
still classified as a. It's still classified as a battle shonen. Like they don't classify it as anything else. And if you go
but in the sense,
like
in the
look
sense,
at
in
it
the sense of
officially,
like, in the sense of like what he reads One Piece for is not for the fights, which I completely agree with. But also I think this is also a fight in a flashback. And as much as obviously it's the craziest fight we've seen in the whole series thus far, in terms of like the combatants, it is a fight in a flashback. We got a whole chapter about it in a flashback that's what like so far like 14 chapters long. I'm
That's
not
fair.
mad at the length of the fight or whatever, because we really did get like that. Like last chapter was like there was like what like 10 speech bubbles max. Like they were really scrapping.
no, they were
Um,
scrapping. So.
it was I think
yeah.
as for what we got for what we're gonna get in the flashback, I think that was good. And I think to me, I didn't like the hockey thing, but we can talk about that. Whatever. I definitely liked God Valley a lot. Uh, yeah, I think it lived up to something. I definitely have questions about stuff, but I think it lived up to stuff. And I think this last page is really like I think it hits hard because I think Rocks definitely got cooked, and I think this is like the environmental storytelling of like the fucking like even the heavens like this shit was a huge meaningful event. And look at all these characters that are impacted and are gonna move on and do crazy things with the rest of their lives, right? It was really wild, especially on the left panel. You know, all like the revolutionaries and Shanks and Teach. It's gonna be crazy, man. What we learned from the aftermath of what Shanks does, what Dragon does, what Eris and Teach do. Rocks really is the genesis of a lot of stuff. So I think God Valley itself was pretty good. Rocks as a whole is the GOAT, I think.
And
Yeah.
I will say this incident tied in a lot more characters than I had anticipated. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of connections with Harold the Giants. Then you have Kuma. You have the Revolutionary. We see the start of Dragon's turn. From Marine to Revolutionary. We see a lot of things that we now is like factual for us, like in today's One Piece. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so, and we get to see how bitch like these Holy Knights are too. So that's another thing.
Period.
Yeah, shape
Very real, very real. Yeah, I'm definitely not mad. It was definitely overall a very good flashback. I definitely thoroughly enjoyed it. There were a lot of chapters where we all popped off. Definitely good.
At one point, it was like a 10, and then it
Yeah,
dropped to like a 9 point. It's like a 9.1. I want to say like. Remember, we're still not done with this flashback either, though. Like we still have
yeah. We're
more.
only talking about the God Valley incident
But
specifically. The
but the guy,
flashback's still not done.
but the God Valley, yeah, I would say it's ended like a low 90s for me, maybe even high
Yeah,
80s.
I got it.
That's
Like
fair.
I got it like 9 out of 10. Like
Yeah,
9
yeah.
out of 10.
I think
Yeah,
that's
solid.
fair.
Yeah, I agree.
It was dope.
Yeah. All right, God Valley over. R.I.P. Bozo. We cut to Roger's ship, where the crew is asking if they still have to wait for Roger to wake up because they all want to open the treasure. They're trying to get Roger to wake up, and eventually he does. He says, "Sorry to worry you all like that." And everybody's glad that he's better. They're glad you're better anyway. Check this shit out. Roger's like, "You guys really worried?" We see Shaggy safe and sound, and in Rayleigh's arms. And
Look at my boy Rayleigh. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Just look at that. Look at my
That's
boy
the goal.
Rayleigh right there.
That's the goal. I was definitely very happy to see that panel. I can't lie. I was
very happy to see that.
Yeah. And they have a buttload of treasure. And as they are admiring this treasure, they hear a noise. They hear crooning, baby crooning. coming from inside the chest. And when they open it, we see baby Shanks, which officially shows Shanks getting on Roger's ship.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Yeah.
faces are so funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Random thing about this is that we saw this in film Red.
Yeah.
Like we saw the little flashback of it, and it kills me because in film Red, Oda fucked up because Roger has like that captain's coat he has, and he has that captain's hat. He has a whole mustache that's his.
I was
Roger.
reading on Twitter that scene actually wasn't in film Red. I don't know if that's the Mandela effect or not, but they were saying that
No, it was.
that
I
shit's fan
remember
art.
that shit clearly.
Okay.
I remember
That's what the people
that
on Twitter
shit.
were saying.
I'll never forget that shit because I watched it in theaters and me and my boy looked at each other like, did we just see that? Like, because it was the moment of Shanks seeing Roger really. And I even like looked it up. I remember the scene. Like I saw a picture of it this weekend because I had to remember that I saw that.
Yeah.
But it's just a little tidbit that he completely fucked up the content, like the timing, because Roger looks so much older than this moment. But obviously this is the actual version of it.
Sometimes,
yeah, I thought it
make
was
a
cool.
record. 10.
But we got to remember that it's a movie. Like, it's not supposed to be quote unquote like completely canon. Like, even if they have like some canon.
Film Red is the most canon movie we've had so far, though.
It's the most closest to the canon, but it's not canon.
Like the events that of the story are not canon for sure.
But some of the information within is canon.
Yeah, Uta existence is kind of canon now, right? Because of that one final Wano.
We also learned about Shank's name.
Garland.
His lineage.
Yeah. But I always look at movies, like anime movies that are like not explicitly said to be canon. Like I look at a lot of them as like alternate, like dimensional timeline or something like that.
Yeah, you're right, bro. I don't even look at the anime as canon. But yeah, I just find it funny that I just find it a little funny that like it's so clearly not the right like look for Roger in that movie. It is hilarious to me. But yeah, I like that this is really like a huge scene. This is like Shanks joining the crew, right? So I wonder where they get Buggy.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably get Roger's full backstory eventually. I
wonder if they try to drop Shanks off somewhere before. Like,
I'm sure they're not like immediately like down with the idea.
Yeah.
No,
we'll see. Shaggy's there too. I'm sure Shaggy had a hand in them keeping the baby on board.
You're like, you can't do that to the baby. I'm not taking
sure
care
if it was a bunch of guys,
it
would have been the baby would have been off the boat.
Yeah.
Honestly.
First stop, bro.
Yeah, get him out of here. All right, we see the news starting to spread about the downfall of the Rocks Pirates. The story is, of course, sanctioned, sanitized, and prominently featured the exploits of Garp the hero. So this is how, as we know, Garp's legacy begins, or grows bigger, because he already had a pretty big name before this, but this is how his name grows even larger. We see the reactions from certain towns and villages and islands, and then we see, I think this is... Okay, no, it's just more reactions from different islands on the fall of the Rocks Pirates and the legacy of Garp. We then cut to the Navy HQ where Garp is raging at the story being printed about him, and now he wants Morgan's head. He also have Sengoku in the room, who is trying to calm Garp down, telling him to stop it. He knows that the government obviously paid for this story. He talks about how the world government and the Navy are both massive organizations, including the military. It's tens of millions of soldiers, that it's impossible to completely be aware of what every last one of them is doing. And Sengoku says, so if I notice the upper management is doing something insane, I can just look the other way.
It's unprompted.
No, I was about to say it's a little interesting view into Sengoku's philosophy, I guess, because we don't really know too much about him, honestly. We've only ever seen him in Marineford.
And I've been dogging this nigga this whole time,
Marineford,
so I was very vindicated.
And Dressrosa, to be clear, when he was after retired and he was talking to Law and stuff like that, and I felt like we got a little bit more about him, because you saw after the Marineford incident and him retired, he was a lot more goofy, a lot more chill, laid back.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know he had that in him, but yeah. But go ahead, Wahid.
Yeah,
what were you saying?
I was gonna say like I've been vindicated because I hate this nigga. He's definitely to me a bootlicking ass nigga, and it kind of shown here more. Like that's what Garp kind of dogs on him for.
Yeah.
Like you're he is a yes man to the upper management. Because when in the O'Hara flashback, Saul is like, "Yo, bro, we can't do this," and he's like, he says, "Are you questioning orders?" So anyway, I'm glad to see more of this, and then obviously it leads into Garp, having more issues with him as we see.
Right, because he starts fighting with him. He says, "That's what I hate about you. You're a ladder climbing fool." And Sengoku's like, "What is barking from the bottom of the cliff gonna accomplish?" They go back and forth. Garp says, "I'll kill you if you turn into one of them." Sengoku's like, "With friends like that, how can I possibly go wrong?" So little bromance there, despite their arguing. Sengoku asks Garp if he's quitting, and then Garp says, "I got plenty of people to protect down at the bottom of the cliff, as you call it," which kind of reinforces the idea that we already had, because he said something very similar. I believe when it was when it was Roger and Garp fighting Rocks, facing off against Rocks. He's like, "How can you still work for them after this?" He's like, "Somebody got to protect the foot soldiers." Garp on the opposite side against Sengoku. Garp has been I don't want to say justified. I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but his perspective definitely looks a lot better after the end of this flashback. Can't justify all of his actions, but he definitely is not the bootlicker that we thought he was, at least, especially coming from like Marineford and whatnot.
Sengoku
yeah, Sengoku. You know what's funny? All the smoke everyone had for Garp, it really should be levied at Sengoku. Really,
100%, bro.
100%, bro.
But
only bro. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, we always knew that Garp had an eternal struggle, like at all points of his time. Even though, like, we were harsh on him because it's just like, bro, that's your son. Like, that's Ace. Like, you raised him. So I get why we had that issue and stuff like that. It's just, you know, Sengoku, this mug never had to deal with something like that. So it's just that, like, I wonder if he was in the same situation, the exact same situation as Garp, would he just not without hesitation just like, "Oh yeah, you fucked up, son. I mean, I love you, but like Marines all day." Like, yeah,
all day.
Nice, dang
like, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
that's funny.
So the levy, at least in my opinion, the conversations about Garp should be officially over in terms of that. Now, I know there may be, again, there's some nitpicks here and there, but I think for the most part, he's A1, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. We cut to Elbaf, where we hear somebody crying. That's somebody being Loki, who was apparently learned of the news of Rox's fate. And we cut to a little flashback between him and Rox and Loki, where we see Rox telling Loki that he's not taking kids on his crew. In between the flashback, we see Loki crying. And we get a little conversation between Rox and Loki. I guess this is one of the times that they weren't at each other's necks, throats. Rox wasn't trying to beat up Loki, I guess. One of the rare times where they have an actual conversation. And Rox is like, "What a mess. I'm ignored by the guy whose attention I want and followed around by some annoying snot-nosed brat." And Loki calls Rox Nika, the warrior of liberation. And he says he laughs as he tears down the world. And Rox rebukes that. He says, "He tears it down, I'm going to be king of the world. If anyone's got that kind of power, it's Herald." To which Loki's confused. And then Rox says to Loki that slumbering somewhere out there in the world is a bunch of incredible destroyers by the name of Galilea. Galila?
I think it's Galila.
Galila. And the guy who can actually control them is your old man. I could have all the outlaws in the world under my command. If me and Harold team up, who could possibly stop us? And this inspires Loki. And he's like, "So why doesn't my dad team up with you?" And Rox is like, "Because of love. But I'll keep coming back 100 times, 200 times, as many as it takes." And then we see Loki holding the newspaper with the news of Rox's demise and start wailing again. Interesting dialogue here.
Crazy 2 pages. There's a lot to take in here. I think one of the first things I think is obviously Loki saying that Rox seems like Nika. I think 100% we can all understand that because obviously he's like he is the person who more than anyone has gone against Emu, right?
Yeah.
Maybe ever in this current world, right? Other than Sabo, who just met this nigga.
Yeah.
But I think what really had me interested was the fact that someone who knows so much about the Void Century didn't know who Nika was. I was like, that's kind of interesting. It's like, well, because we always see some people that know stuff about the Void Century or Joy Boy or Nika. Like, there's always like some difference in what they know. You know what I mean? So I guess Nika is one of those things that Rox never heard about, and it makes me think that actually I'm less fond of the idea now that it's the Nika fruit that was at Elbaf. Because if you knew that was the fruit and then why it's important, you would know the name probably. I assume.
Yeah.
And he clearly did not know who Nika was. So I don't think I'm going back on the idea that it's Luffy's fruit now. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I think it's possible though that you could know because he knows Joy Boy. He said Joy Boy.
Yep.
So, and I'm pretty sure like it's pretty much confirmed, right, that Joy Boy and Nika are one and the same. In the sense of
you
like
could have heard about it as Joy Boy's fruit or whatever. It's still a possibility.
Right. Yeah, but you know, and it's also possible though that like Nika, there could have been a Nika before Joy Boy, or like, you know, the legend of Nika existed in times or whatever, and if someone created a devil fruit based off of that, then, you know, and Joy Boy ate that fruit, then that's how he, you know, got the Nika form or whatever. I don't know which one it is, but I say all this just to say that I could definitely see how there could be a separation between like understanding who Joy Boy is and understanding who Nika is based off of like whenever Joy Boy was going around or whatever. There could have been times where he just wasn't using the Nika fruit and times where he was. And just like how he was at Fishman Island, right? And he wrote that poneglyph to the Poseidon. The former Poseidon, yeah. And you know, it said nothing of Nika down there. So I could see like, you know, I could see how instances like that is like how you would know Joy Boy, but you wouldn't know who Nika is because of those type of things.
100%.
Whereas like on Elbaf, Nika was a very prominent thing because either Joy Boy went Nika or Nika existed before Joy Boy and then the fruit happened and he went there again, like whatever, whichever it is.
And I think it's the latter too, right? Because the Giants have a very long history. They, you know, their generations are 300 years, right? Like they definitely know more than the average, like, you know, regular human history. Like that one place in that Frankie found was like 3,000 years old or something like that, right? So it makes sense that Nico's like previous thing or whatever in the first one. I mean, the sun god existed in the first part of the mural, right? So yeah, I definitely am with you on that part. The second part I think was interesting about this conversation was why doesn't my dad team up with you? And he says because of love, right? Very interesting line. I think we can take a lot of ways, the love for the giant people, and how he wants to coexist with humanity, and that was what was stopping him from, you know, joining him, right? I think we can conclude that. But I think what's interesting is that this power of love thing, by the way, came up before in Egghead. That's when Saturn was like, why in the hell is Kuma not self-destructed? Because I pressed the fucking button and he's here somehow. Vegapunk explained this, and Vegapunk is like, to put it simply, you might call this the power of love. And it's like, what the fuck does that mean, dude? So I don't think it's a coincidence that it's coming back up again.
Yeah, I'm starting
that
to.
Connection I find interesting.
Is this a hint towards Sanji power up?
Yo.
Eh?
Hey, yo,
insane connection.
No, because
that's the vision. I see it, bro.
Yeah, like, you know, all these things that, like, you know, Sanji does, and everyone's like, bruh, this makes no physical sense. Like, how the fuck are you doing this? It's like, because of power of love. And it's like, huh? Like, you know.
And even when he says the Kizaru, and then Kizaru's like, we might have to rewrite the laws of physics. It's like, that kind of is what Vegapunk was saying about Kuma. So I think it's not small. I think you're right.
Yeah, there might be something. There'd be something here, and it has to do with what Gabon said. Hey, because if anyone would know, the power of love is not there. He's
Out,
making connections.
out and eater
So
himself, he would know.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so we had a nice conversation between Loki and Rox, and then we cut to a certain island, an unnamed island, where there's been an assault from King Harold of Elbaf. They ask if he's hurt any civilians. They say no, and that it's a giant ruffian that he's beating, but very brutally. And we see babies crying and stuff, and then we cut to Harold, who looks like he's returned to his old evil scumbag thug ways. He's like, you still don't get it, don't you? And then the giant that he's beating up is like, yes, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'll never pillage the humans again. And Harold is like, you don't get it, do you? None of you do. This panel is crazy, by the way. He looks like a demon.
Yeah.
And he continues to punch on this giant. He says, all of you scum with size as your only quality are the ones who built the giant's history of terror. And because of you, no one believes us. They don't believe that we seek a peaceful seat among the nations of the world. Somebody's trying to plead with Harold, saying that he's already unconscious, but Harold is not stopping. He says, I wanted Elbaf to join the world government to avoid losing their faith, and that was why I couldn't help him. My greatest friend begged me for help, and I turned my back on him. I left him there to die. So we see that exactly. Well, one, he's not. He's punishing a giant who was pillaging humans. But two, we can see he's also letting out his anger and regret from not being able to help Rox and causing his demise. Definitely unfortunate stuff.
And he admits that was his friend.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because the whole time he was denying it. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too late now.
It's definitely unfortunate.
Yep.
And he knows it. He says, now I cannot turn back from this path. I refuse to overlook the evil of the giants. So this is his turning point where he decides to go all in on his goal and his dream. The news spreads that the king of the giants has become deranged. We then cut to the Navy HQ underground cells where we see Garp walking in on his son Dragon, who is cuffed and in a cell. Dragon says, I'm quitting the Navy, Dad. I know. And Garp says, I know. And then Dragon says, on that topic, I'm disgusted with you. And Garp says, I know. And we see him clanking. We see him turning the key in that first panel, putting the key in the lock and freeing his son. I think this is interesting, being the first Dragon Garp interaction we see. It feels kind of minuscule, but it's not out of character for either of them. We know that now that Garp understands what the Navy and the world government is really about, he can't even be mad that his son wants to quit. It's interesting interaction. Not too much to dwell on
like
that.
you know how you mentioned before, like disappointed with dialogue. I was a little disappointed with this dialogue. I was expecting a little bit more. I don't know, just from father son, but maybe more eruption on like why you're disgusted, like, but very small, and then
it's definitely minuscule. I actually, honestly though, I like this more than the end of the Rox. Than Rox's last words. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's a lot more in character. It's a lot more in character. Like I feel like I can understand it a lot more just because we know what they've both seen.
Yeah.
And so we can understand Dragon. Dragon's dialogue seems fine to me. Like he's lashing out at his father. He doesn't like the government anymore. He's out of here. And with Garp seeing what he's seen, as much as he may want his son to join the Navy, he can't do anything but accept.
Can't blame him.
He literally can't do anything but accept Dragon's viewpoint.
Because it's just, you can't look at that and be mad at anyone who wants to quit the Marines after that. Like, no one should be chastised if they want to quit the Marines after seeing that. Like, it's crazy to be, affirming, like even from their point, that's why a lot of us had the problem with Garp in the first place, because even just the fact that you're still on the Marines after seeing that feels crazy. Like, so he understands that. So,
Yeah, it'd be like that. It's definitely where Dragon gets his start as well. We cut over to Elbaf and we see Harold with Ida and Chief Jarl, and he says it's time for me to set aside these half measures. He then turns to his sons, Hydrogen, and Loki. He says that you are my sons and I love you both. I want you two to work together. We've actually seen this dialogue before in one of the flashbacks when we first get introduced to Harold, I believe, or we first learn about Harold, that he wants them both to work together to support Elbaf after he's gone. And then we see him, we cut to him on a ship headed to the Navy HQ. And we see that some of the Marines are instructing Harold that he is not to land on this HQ. But Harold disobeys and he steps foot onto the HQ and he says, "Officers of the Navy and dignitaries of the world government, please hear me out." And then he rips the horns off of his head. Everybody's in complete shock and disarray at this. And then he says, "Allow me this chance to atone for 1,000 years of history. I want to apologize for all the mistakes this giant kind has made. I wish to prove my oath of peace so that the children of Elbaf can lead fruitful lives without hurting anyone, so that they can live hand in hand with humanity. I want a chance to atone for our sins. If that means I must be a slave, so be it." And then we get the final cut to Emu overlooking, listening, hearing whatever he's doing. End of chapter.
Yep.
So this is how he loses his horns.
Yeah, and this is what Emo was waiting for, right?
Because we heard him talk about it with Rox about how he was waiting for a benevolent king. A chance like this one won't appear twice, or whatever he said.
Exactly.
See, this is all just the more reason why I just don't like this character. I just don't like this character. Like, it's just
he doubled down the wrong way.
Now, do you not like the character personally, or do you not like the character objectively? Because I think objectively he's a very, very deep character with his motivations and his inner conflicts. I can understand why you don't like his decisions personally, but I think objectively he's a really well written character.
I'm not saying he's not a well written character. He is. And it's not that I don't understand what's going on or anything like that, or he's making decisions that I have to question Oda about.
So it's personally, it's a personal thing. You personally just don't like. I'm here with that. I'm down for that because he definitely is going about things very bitch made. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, agree.
It's just I can't see, and that's more reason why I think he is a good character, because it's compelling me in such a personal way.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, how can you do that to your friend and your instinct is to, well, I can't turn back now? That's called the sunken cost fallacy. That's like, because I invested this much into it, I should just keep going. Like, bruh, I guess you would be a terrible gambler because you invest so much time in gambling, you feel like you can't get up now. Like, bruh, it's like it's just, to me, is in my head is like, it's over, bruh. Like, the government clearly, if you got to do all of this, take away your own culture, your own like rid yourself of your own culture, bastardize your people, and making them seem like they're the problem. Whole stop. When do you know even about your own people's history? Why they were? I find it hard to believe that the Giants were just barbaric, out of the void, nowhere, no reason. Oh, we're just here. Now we're gonna fuck all humanity. I highly doubt it was even like that. Like, did you research your own people's history? Was there shit that happened in the past to make them be like that? Like, I'm just saying, it just feels so. It feels so. it feels so trash to me. Like how you just bend over backwards in the opposite way, in the complete opposite way, in such a way that like I don't like you. I don't like you at the beginning, and I don't like you at the end. Like it's just crazy, and you
Well,
have two completely different ideologies. Like it's
I
just
mean, that's to show you his folly, right? I mean, he went from one extreme to the complete other. Like, like at first we thought, oh, he's been a nice guy, like he's trying to change things, but like he's really like taking it to the extreme and like to say that I'll even be a slave to the government, whatever you guys need. Like
yeah,
that's wild.
like like that is a wild thing to say to open yourself to. Like it's just. And you know they commit slavery. Like it's just this, and you still about the hidden atrocities within the government. You've been dealing with them for a long time. You've been for years. You tried everything under the sun. You try to go like you went from basically MLK to a full blown like house slave. Like it's just crazy crazy to me these jumps and after atrocities that you see the government doing, and you're like willing to put yourself in those atrocities in the name of like making them view your people some type of way. Man, fuck them, bruh. Like just hold stop, bruh. Fuck them if they think that like your peoples are one way or the other. Like it's making me mad, bruh. Like it's making me really mad.
Yeah.
Like
Harold's like the character that Samuel L. Jackson played in Django. You guys watch?
yeah, like but
Yeah,
nah, you know what? I won't
yeah.
I won't go that far. I won't go that far. I won't go that far. Nah, I won't go that far. But it's just that like it's one of those, he's one of those people where it's like, I will like he sees the atrocities, right? And he sees how terrible it is, yet he thinks that because they are the right way to be, because they're simply either human and in control and all this other stuff, that he is willing to conform to the atrocities in the name of absolving his people of their history. That is garbage. Like, I'm sorry, but that is just garbage. Like, do you even know the history of your people to make to feel like this? Like I basically would have to see in the past how these Onis were. They had to be absolute monstrous demons of people for him to be feeling this strongly. Like, and I'm not saying that they didn't do nothing bad. I'm not saying that, but it has to be on some like all of them were like Frieza. They had to have that type of like, they all had to have that level of development of people as like static as like Frieza. They had to be like that, all of them, for me to feel like, this is even somewhat understandable. Like, and I highly doubt it was like that though. Like,
I think that's what makes it like really hard to even see his side, because he did see the world government just like attacking an unrecognized country, and they're like, yo,
exactly.
If you interfere, it's gonna hurt your standing, as you try to join the river or whatever. Like, it's like, bro, how crazy these people are, and it's just so sad. And I think I was thinking about this when we were talking about how Rocks died. Like, this guy Rocks, bro, in the like the short term, everything went really bad for this guy, bro. Like, his homie Harold didn't fuck with him because he was trying to appease these fucking losers in the world government, and then not only that, Emu tells him before he don't be bursting, that he's gonna go after his boy. There's nothing he can do about it. And then his boy, forget getting like God. This thing is like, yo, let's do it, bro. Like, what do you guys need? How can I help you guys, right? So it's really a sad ending. This is like definitely the GG's chapter. It's like, okay, this is what happens. Harold, like,
right?
completely capitulates.
This is definitely GG's. Like,
he completely capitulates, to and like you said, it's a sunken cost, of how I see. He's like, okay, you know what? I'm on this path, and it led to my boy dying. I'm very heartbroken over this, but now if I don't do this, it's like I did this for no reason.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a very naive character, it seems, which is like, it sucks. But like I always think about the fact that this flashback is only started because we have to understand how this guy died, and clearly all his decisions were just terrible. After a while, so
Yeah.
One bad decision led to one domino, led to another, and
yeah,
like neither of these guys, very impactful to the history of One Piece, didn't die with fucking smiles on their face. I feel like, and that was like, 'cause I know Waz, you brought that up before with important characters, and I feel like these characters didn't get to reach that enlightenment of that moment for themselves.
yeah. No, there's a lot of talk about like what die, how the way you die and all that stuff. Like Law is saying, like the weak don't get to
Yeah.
choose how they die, all this stuff, right? And that could be symbolic about like you're morally weak, or like how history views you, all that stuff, right? Like I think it's just what's crazy is that there's actually still around 24 more years until Harold actually dies. So there's 24 more years of what, like I wonder what the fuck still is left between now and 14 years ago when Harold gets killed. So yeah, I don't even know. Like apparently he's gonna be a slave to the world government. I wonder how that goes.
Yeah, and I wonder how that translates into him dying in his castle if he's apparently under their wing.
Under their influence?
Yeah, under their influence or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely interesting.
and I gotta also say that like what you said, why Huss hit so hard, because it's like it is literally sunken costs, and that sunken cost is literally going to cost Emu to use you against your own people. Like, what do like? It's just like you really think like if you open yourself up to slavery, you think that's just going to be the end of it? That they're just going to use like these guys make it clear like we don't fucks with you, we don't want you. We're giving you this runaround because we're using you, and then you're opening yourself up to the worst things that they do in order to appease to them. And it's like you think it's just going to stop there? What on earth makes you think it's just going to stop there after all this time of how they use you, abuse you, and all this other stuff? How your boy, your friend, was telling you that, and you didn't listen to him, and he dies, and you're sad about it, and you're going along with it anyway. It's like, did nothing your friend tell you hit your head? Like, nope. I'm like, bruh, this is... He is such a good written character because it's pissing me off so much.
I've never heard Mod so upset, bro. You sound so upset.
Because it kind of hits too close to real life for me for some of this, like of like how this could be extrapolated. It's pissing me off. Like, oh my god, like, and some people are actually like this too. Like, that's the crazy part. Some people are genuinely like this. Like they only hear what they want to hear. They only see what they want to see. They don't compartmentalize with like the things that is actually happening around them. It's almost like you're living in two different realities, and it's just like this character is tragic. This character is just fucking tragic.
It's sad. It's sad. To me, it makes me more sad for Rocks. Like it's like, bro, your boy is not doing you right, man. Like
no, and you know what's crazy? What did Ida say to Harold, right? When asking about like what he thought, when he asked her like what he thought of Rocks, like something about like knowing who your friends are. Or something. Yeah, so like, and I feel like in a way that kind of like reversed, and like Harold really showed his true colors by not being there for his friend. But
really what we should have took away from this is that Rocks chose wrong people to be friends with, not Harold per se.
Exactly. No,
like that's what it feels like. It's like this whole flashback is about understanding Harold, and I can't believe I'm coming away from this flashback with a character that was perceived as like terrible or whatever from like in terms of like urban legend from like when Sengoku talked about it. I can't believe that character I'm way more compelled with and happy with than the character that the flashback it was about. When does that ever happen? Like Odin, we obviously like we love Odin. We love Chopper's fuck, I forgot his name. Yeah, we love him. We love any character that the flashback is about, we end up loving. How is it that I'm hating the character that the flashback is about this time around? Like, it's just like,
Oda want to change it up, bro. He didn't want to keep it the same. Shit.
Bruh.
He wants to see Mod upset. You know, he's
That's
enjoying
real.
this right now.
He definitely
That's
did.
right.
Cause oh my god, bro. Like, I can't believe this. Like I
Yeah.
thought he was like I mean, he is a tragic guy because of how
It is sad, yeah.
it is sad, but it's tragic in a different way than before. It's like everyone else, it like sure they might have fucked up in one way or the other, but overall their characters were A1, and it's tragic that they didn't get to do what they want. I don't want Harold to get what he wants here. I don't want it at all. And it's tragic for him to die because I know he gets used and abused by Emu purposely of his own volition because of his own dumbass actions that and people, namely Rox, was trying to get him off of that. And he dies. So now there's no one to guide Harold or try to get Harold straight. Now from this point forward, it's just straight downhill. It is the GG's chapter. It literally is. Like it sucks so much, man. Like,
It's over, bro. It's done
It's
with that.
definitely over. I ain't gonna lie. There's no coming back from this. There's definitely no coming back from this. How many more chapters you guys think we got in the flashback?
Maybe like
3?
3 or 4.
I was
bro,
kind of
max.
thinking 3 around there.
Yeah, I was gonna
Maybe,
say 2 or 3. I don't think we get much more after this, honestly.
Yeah.
yeah,
been a
we're
while
gonna
since
get a
we
big
seen,
time skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a big time skip. We're going to see headlines of you know, Elbaf without a king because Harold is either a slave or he's like doing, or they still giving a runaround because mind you, right, present day Elbaf is still not a part of the government, right? Is that true?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means anything Harold is doing is still the runaround, like, or for the most part, or if it was briefly sanctioned, like they got briefly sanctioned as like a part of the government, but so I don't know because he's supposed to be like, you know, their lapdog essentially. But I'm sure they're still giving them a runaround because they're inherently racist to the fucking giants. Like, we'll take some of y'all for our armies and all that other stuff, but we don't genuinely like y'all. Like, we want to keep y'all this type of way or another. So yeah, he's going to be a slave, or either that, or they're going to like keep doing using him for certain things that he just going to have to keep going along with. We get some Loki stuff. Maybe Loki speaks out against this too, because maybe Loki becomes the voice of reason. Is like Rox died, because maybe he keeps up the mantle of Rox, and he's like, Rox died, you know, and he didn't want this for you, Dad. Like, why are you like doing all this? And you know, all that. Like, maybe it takes Loki.
Even the chapter, I will say, even the chapter they die is like 1152, and we see Loki and Jarl going to the castle. Loki still holds that against him, right? He's like, why would I want to? Like he I think he says that Harold sold out to the people who killed Rox, like the world government, which is why one of the reasons I thought they might have been part of the river at that point. So I think you're right. This is gonna be a big point of contention between him and his father for the rest of his father's life. But I think there's a little more, like, we have to see what Rivery Shanks sees Harold at, because that's something Shanks said about seeing Harold. There's also the possibility that we like, I don't know, I guess we might not see a lot of other characters that are in this spot that have been in the God Valley flashback. Like, we might not see Eris and Teach anymore this flashback. We might not see Dragon anymore. If we do, then it will definitely add chapters to the flashback. And I also wonder how much of Loki's life after killing Harold, if he did or didn't, how much are we going to see of Loki in the last 14 years, right? When he goes out to sea, when he gets captured by Shanks, right? I wonder how much of that we're going to have to explain. Because if that's the case, I think there could be like more than 3 or 4 chapters.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. All right. Any last thoughts, comments, concerns before we wrap it up?
No.
Yo, okay.
Fuck
That
this
boy's
nigga
fading.
Harold, man.
All right, let's wrap it up. Big shout outs to everybody that was watching us today. Much love to all you guys. If you're not watching this live, make sure you're watching this live every Sunday. Twitch.tv/Cali_Mac or YouTube at Straw Hat Sit Down. Every Sunday, 12 p.m. Come kick it with us. Much love to everybody watching this after the fact on YouTube, Apple Pod, Spotify Pod, etc. We appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you guys follow us on all our socials at Straw Hat Sit Down on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. You look for us, you will find us. I don't think we're on a break next week.
No, there's a chapter this week.
We have a chapter this week, so we will be back next Sunday with another chapter review. Hopefully we'll see what's going on with Harold, and we'll get to the conclusion of the Elbaf flashback, because I miss Luffy, man. I'm not going to lie. It's been a few months since we've seen Luffy, man. I miss Luffy, man. That's my goat.
Every time we're in a flashback like this, niggas say that, and I'm like, yo, I don't miss these niggas, man. What's Shanks up to, bro? What's Roger up to, bro? I've had enough of this nigga, actually.
You know what? That's fair. I'm not mad at that. We'll be getting back to the main story soon, hopefully, but I guess we'll see. But that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, you guys take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sit Down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sit Down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Straw Hat Sit Down crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's wise, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sit Down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sit Down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one